If you belong to the generation that grew up in an era where wasting food was sinful, you know what I am talking about. You diligently packed every little bit in the fridge, and the microwave oven was your savior in stretching your budget. But let me tell you something. Your good old habits that come from that deep need to save money are stealthily sending you a daily dose of toxins, carcinogens, and heat-resistant bacteria right into your bloodstream. Listen to me, please. At the age of 60, your body undergoes the biological process of hypochlorhydria, meaning that your stomach acid significantly drops. In your 30s, your stomach acid could literally melt the metal, destroying any bacteria left in your leftovers. But in your 60s, this protective mechanism has become weaker for over 40%. Now the bacteria and toxins formed when heating your food are getting into your bloodstream and even into your brain without any difficulty. Hundreds of thousands of older people every year land in the emergency room due to strokes, acute inflammation of the intestines, or liver failure, without realizing that the actual cause of their problems is the plastic container of reheated food they consumed the night before. Food industry won't inform you about that, since they want you to buy food in bulk. In today's video, we are not going to give you a random list of foods to avoid. We are going to scientifically dissect your fridge according to the 3 deadly chemical reactions that occur when you press Start on your microwave oven. Make sure you stay tuned until the end, because I am going to give you a medical safety protocol, which is a rule to follow that may save your life or the life of your aging parents tomorrow morning. Where are you watching this video from? Please let us know in the comments below. We always read each story from our audience carefully. Now, let's uncover the first deadly trap in your kitchen. Reaction number 1. Nitrate to carcinogen mutation. Dark leafy vegetables. All cardiologists in the world recommend eating more spinach, celery, and beets to seniors. They are right. All these vegetables contain a lot of nitrates, helping to dilate the blood vessels and to reduce the blood pressure. That is true if you eat them fresh. Once you cook a big bowl of spinach, allow it to cool down, store it in the fridge, and then reheat it the next day. A terrible chemical reaction happens. As the result of being heated, those beneficial nitrates get oxidized, turning into nitrites. Once these nitrites get to your aging stomach, they bond with amino acids forming nitrosamines. These are some of the most aggressive and powerful carcinogens in the whole world, which are associated with causing stomach and colon cancers. Take, for instance, the story of Martha, 68 years old. Martha got a mild stroke and decided to be more careful of her health and eat more heart-healthy food. She used to boil a big plate of spinach and celery, cut it into 3 portions, and then microwave it for the next 3 days. She thought she was building a protective shield for her heart. But in 6 months' time, Martha started experiencing terrible abdominal pain, acid reflux, and inexplicable weight loss. During the endoscopy, they found that her stomach is full of precancerous cells. The silent killer wasn't fatty meat or sugar. The problem was reheated vegetables containing toxic nitrosamines. The life-saving rule: dark leafy vegetables should be cooked in a single serving portion only. You shouldn't ever put cooked spinach, celery, or beets into the microwave. If you have leftovers, throw them away. It is much better to lose $2 rather than paying for expensive chemotherapy treatments. Reaction number 2. Protein mutation and free radical storm. Chicken, eggs, and mushrooms. Chicken is the king of all meats. It is low-calorie, rich in protein, and quite cheap. But the proteins of the chicken, as well as eggs, have an extremely complicated structure. While reheating them, the protein chains not only get heated but mutate, shattering. Due to such changes, your 60-year-old digestive system doesn't recognize this protein and can't digest it anymore. The result is awful bloating and gas formation. But the actual danger is the accumulation of compounds called AGEs, or advanced glycation end products. With every reheating, the content of AGEs increases drastically. Entering your blood, they attach themselves to your artery walls and make them fragile, brittle, and prone to bursting. It leads to heart attacks. And now mushrooms. They are the kings of all antioxidants. But the cells of the mushroom have a lot of water and delicate proteins in them. Getting reheated, they generate a massive storm of free radicals. Instead of protecting from aging, this storm of free radicals attacks your healthy cells, increasing memory loss and brain fog. Besides that, reheated chicken and boiled eggs are ideal ground for salmonella. Microwaves are famous for their cold spots inside of food. So even if the surface of a chicken thigh is burning hot, inside near the bone, there still might be a spot of dangerous bacteria which survive and multiply. The life-saving rule: chicken, boiled eggs, and mushrooms are perfectly safe to eat cold the next day, like in a chicken salad, for example. But you must never ever use additional heat on them. Reaction number 3. The starch time bomb and fried rice syndrome. Rice and potatoes. This might be the hardest thing to do, not to reheat your rice or potato leftovers. You believe that plain starch is harmless, but it will give you chills after I tell you the truth. First of all, let's take rice. Even before cooking it, raw rice often contains the spores of highly toxic bacteria called Bacillus cereus. They have such a hard armor that even 212 Fahrenheit of boiled water can't kill them. After you cook your rice and allow it to cool down on your kitchen table, those spores wake up, start multiplying exponentially, and secrete a highly heat-resistant toxin. So, when you reheat your rice in a microwave, the heat may kill the bacteria, but the toxin stays alive. This phenomenon is called fried rice syndrome. In a senior person, it provokes violent vomiting, acute dehydration, and rapid kidney failure in a couple of hours. Now, about potatoes. Storing and then reheating potato gives a dual biological shock to your body. Firstly, when a cooked potato gets cooled down, the starch gets transformed into resistant starch. But when you force it to get heated again, it shatters and turns into super-absorbable sugars. Numerous clinical trials prove that reheated potatoes increase the level of sugar in your blood 40% higher than the fresh one. For example, Arthur, a 74-year-old retired engineer, had the habit of boiling big batches of foil-wrapped potatoes on Sundays in order to consume them during the whole week. One day, having eaten reheated potato, he got dizzy, broke out in cold sweat, and lost the ability to recognize his own wife. The blood sugar of the poor guy spiked to lethal levels and crashed rapidly in the ER. Besides, leaving these foil-wrapped potatoes at room temperature creates a lack of oxygen, the best conditions for growing botulism, which is one of the most dangerous nerve poisons. Arthur nearly lost his life just to save a few pennies on potatoes. Safety Protocol 2224 Rule for seniors. Unfortunately, aging is not a disease, but it requires new rules. Your immune system is no longer a young student able to eat a cold pizza from the couch without consequences. To be protected, you should follow the 2224 protocol, highly recommended by food safety epidemiologists. Firstly, the 2-hour rule. Don't leave your cooked food on the table for more than 2 hours. On hot summer days, this period is reduced to 1 hour. You shouldn't wait till your food gets cold to put it in the fridge because bacteria double their numbers every 20 minutes at the room temperature. Secondly, the 2-inch rule. Never put a big pot of your soup or stew in the fridge. It will take dozens of hours for the core of it to get cool, becoming an incubator for bacteria. Always divide your leftovers into shallow containers no deeper than 2 inches so that the cooling process will go faster. Thirdly, the 24-hour rule. For a younger person, the leftovers might last up to 3 to 4 days. But if you are over 60, this period is reduced to 24 hours. It is your absolute deadline. If you haven't eaten it on the second day, you must be brave and throw it away. And the golden rule: never reheat your food more than once. Every time you are applying heat, you destroy the nutrients and increase the amount of toxins. Dear older viewers, thriftiness is a virtue. But your health, sharp mind, and beating heart are your most valuable possessions that your kids and grandkids will never be able to replace. Your leftovers are worth nothing compared to a week inside the intensive care unit. Do this change today. Cook smaller servings, eat fresh food, and be brave to clean up your fridge. Which kind of leftovers do you have in your fridge right now, waiting to be reheated tomorrow? Please, let us know in the comments below, and I will personally tell you whether it is safe to consume or not. If this video helped you realize the dangerous mistakes you've been making every day, please press like to spread this warning among other seniors. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to get armed with the most useful medical shields. Your health is in your hands. See you in the next video.